morning, guys. It's nice to see you. I want to talk about the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie because this case is still developing, still active, and still full of unanswered questions. We are now weeks into an investigation that authorities have treated as a likely abduction, with DNA testing, surveillance review, public awareness, and a family still waiting for answers. Should this case be moved to a no-body homicide?
From the East Coast to the West Coast, we are everywhere true crime is. We are asking for the public's help. We are searching in the woods. We are doing what it takes here on the Bullhorn Betty channels to find answers to the most alarming cases we have been watching on the news. I can tell you personally that I have traveled this entire country seeking these answers and bringing that content right here to you here on the Bullhorn Betty channels and Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. We are happy with the work that we've done. We brought many answers to the public, and we have defied mainstream media in our pursuit of the truth in these cases. We will continue to work, we will continue to fight for these victims, and we will continue to tell their stories here on my channels. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty brand of channels and the Coffee Club. Thank you for your love, thank you for your support, and more importantly, thank you for allowing me to bring these victims' stories to each and every one of you, advocating for each of these victims. God bless you. God bless America, and more importantly, God bless our victims.
If you are new here, I'm going to walk you through the case in plain language with what is confirmed and what has changed, and what the public is still being told to look for. This is not a rumor episode. This is a full case update based on public reporting, recent interviews, and official information that has been released so far. Who is Nancy Guthrie? Nancy Guthrie is the mother of Savannah Guthrie, and while many people know the family through Savannah's public profile, today the focus is on Nancy herself. She is described in reporting as an 84-year-old woman whose absence was immediately alarming because of her health, her limited mobility, and her heart condition. According to the reporting, that limited mobility is one of the reasons investigators and family members quickly believed she likely did not simply walk away from home. The timeline starts on January 31st, 2026, when Nancy was last seen after being dropped off at home following an evening meal with family. On February 1st, when she failed to appear as expected, concern escalated quickly and relatives began checking on her. Authorities later treated the disappearance as a possible kidnapping rather than an ordinary missing person event. One of the first major developments publicly reported was blood found on the front porch, with DNA testing confirming it belonged to Nancy Guthrie. Reporting also says a glove found away from the home was analyzed, and investigators continue pressing the public for tips. Those details matter because they suggest investigators are working with both physical and digital evidence, not just with witness statements. The FBI later increased the reward for information to a whopping $100,000 and released new photos related to the investigation. After that, the family offered an amazing $1 million for information leading to the recovery of Miss Nancy Guthrie, which significantly increased the public's attention and tip volume. CNN reported that the award strategy was designed to generate more actionable information and help move the case forward. By mid-February, reporting said the family members were cleared as suspects. That shifted the public conversation away from the immediate family suspicion and back toward the question investigators still have not answered. Who took Nancy and why? Even now, no arrests have been announced and no motives have been publicly confirmed. Now let's talk about Savannah Guthrie's recent interview, because that is the emotional center of this story right now. In her first public interview since her mother vanished, Savannah described the shock and chaos of learning that her mother was missing. She also discussed what it was like to confront the reality of the situation while still trying to keep a functioning public and personal and professional life. According to reporting, Savannah said she saw footage showing a masked and armed person outside her mother's residence on the night Nancy disappeared. She also spoke about her mother's pain and limited mobility, which reinforces why the family and police took the disappearance so seriously from the very beginning. In the third part of the interview, she discussed plans to return to today and says the family still needs peace while holding on to hope. Investigators are still working through DNA, witness information, surveillance footage, and a growing stack of tips. Reuters reported earlier there was tension over evidence handling, including where forensic material was being sent for analysis. Whether or not the public understands every procedural choice, the important point is that this remains an active and unsolved case. This case is drawing so much attention because it combines a vulnerable victim, a likely abduction, a high-profile family, and a deeply emotional public response. It also has the elements that keep true crime audiences engaged: a clear timeline, visible law enforcement updates, family statements, and a reward structures that keeps the case alive in the public eye. But underneath all of that is still one simple fact: Nancy Guthrie has not been found. So that is where the case stands this morning. We have a confirmed disappearance, confirmed physical evidence, a large reward, a cleared family, and a daughter who has now spoken publicly for the first time since her mother vanished. If you have any information, the public is still being asked to come forward, and I will continue to follow every verified update as this case develops. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Please pray for those struggling in our chat and abroad. God bless.
Well, hello, my beauties. Hello. I forgot to change my background, so give me a minute. That means I forgot to add my stuff for the show. I didn't do anything. That's okay. We'll get it done. Bada bing, bada boom, and there you go. There you go. It's nice to see you guys. I hope you're doing well. I'm Bullhorn Betty. We're covering the case of Nancy Guthrie. She's an 84-year-old mom that was ripped out of her home in the middle of the night by masked gunmen, I believe is the most appropriate explanation of what happened. It sounds like we're kind of doing the multiple assailant scenario. At least that's where everything is being put right now. We have a lot of things. We have a lot of things that need to be explained, like the back doors and where are they and what. And I listened to Ashley Banfield. She's wrong. So apparently there's one on the pool side, and there's one on the greenery side. So you got these are down by the bedrooms. It might be here. I might have it wrong. It might be like right there. But it's on this side. We got one on this side and then one on this side. And then, of course, the storage unit down here. So that's where the doors are, okay? There's not two over here. There's not two in this area. Excuse me, this area here. There's no two doors here,
Okay. They're on the other side. You can see the pool outside of the window of one of the doors. So you can see a pool. So you know it's on the pool side. So anyways, I think that that's important to go over before we start getting into the conversation of the back door. Now, over here on the side of the house, which I'm not going to be able to show you. Is this the right hand? Let me see that. Nah, hold on. Put that back. Let me move myself. Hold on. So we can see it. Because I saw your comment, Mike. I'm going to say hi to everybody, but I'm going to show you. Right, wait, you can't even see it, but way over here where this is at, right here, this is where the sliding glass doors are. So they're not in the back of the house. There are 0 sliding glass doors in the back of the house, but there are 2 sets of sliding glass doors over in that corner of the house. One that goes into what is believed to be the formal living room, and the other pair that goes into Nancy Guthrie's bedroom. And those sliding glass doors go out to an outside and uncovered patio that has a 4-inch wall or 3-inch wall or fence or border around it, so you can see over it, but it prevents things from crossing over it. But there are 2 sets of sliding glass doors at this home, and they're on the front of the house. So that's important because that's where I think the assailants came in at. That's where I personally believe one or multiple assailants went into that door. Why are the back doors open? I saw somebody said one of them's open with a pottery plant, and that may very well be. We don't know. Nobody has told us. I'm in Florida, and I'd like to, I mean, I have no problem talking about speculative stuff, but if you know that the pottery plants or something like that open the door, please send that stuff to me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com. That would be really beneficial. I appreciate all your help. And thank you for keeping the chat updated. So it's nice to see everybody. I'm going to try to say hi to as many people as possible in here. Melanie, it's nice to see you. Mama, YouTuber, Bookworm, Sweets, it's nice to see you. Nina, good morning. Melanie, or Melly. Mike, it's nice to see you. Mike, Veronica, Pussy Willow Pendercat, it's nice to see you. Veronica, I think I said hi already. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. I can't remember. Joel, be Betty fan. It's nice to see you, Love Bug. I hope you're doing well this morning. After Brian's video last night, I don't believe it was the sliding glass door they gained access to. I gotta watch Brian's video, and I get what people are saying. And again, I don't know. I'm just saying, based upon me and where this assailant is, especially if it's a single person, I just don't see how at this point, if those sliding glass doors were ajar, I don't know how they're going to be able to determine definitively without video evidence, of course, where the assailants came in. But we have to remember there is that camera on top of the guest house, and that might give the investigators a lot more insight that we don't know about, and maybe they're not allowing media to provide that out to the public yet. And so I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not boots on the ground. And I might change my overall opinion once I see his article about the outside. But so far, nothing I have seen and nothing I'm presenting today is really moving the needle for me, that they came in through the back of the house. So it's all speculative and it's perspective at the end of the day. And I acknowledge and I appreciate the experienced and law enforcement and stuff like that. And I do acknowledge that I am kind of splitting from their overall perspective. So I'm not clueless that I could be 100% wrong on this aspect, but it's so probable that I'm not willing to let it go, and especially since nobody's wanting to explain it. Nobody from the public, nobody from law enforcement, nobody from mainstream media wants to explain why those sliding glass doors aren't where they came in. They're not even addressing them. So until they're addressed and my worry box about them has been closed, I'm going to still keep bringing them up as a potential entry point and my preferred entry point until, information changes. So far, everything I've seen hasn't changed my position. Dan, it's nice to see you. I did get your emails. Thank you so much. I will be responding to you once I have an opportunity to read all of them together. I haven't had a chance to. It's like mix, piecemeal. Like I get this one, then I do this, and then I do this. So let me go back and look at them. And I know it's not even about this case, so it's okay. But I did get them. Who else do we have? Casey, True Crime Justice. It's nice to see you. Danielle, it's nice to see you. Karen, good morning. Me and you, good morning, Love Bug. I hope you're doing well. Let them 66. Good morning, love. I hope you're doing well. True Crime Justice. Good morning, good morning. Petty, I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I'm sure I am. Petty Peace, it's nice to see you. Kidnappers used Nancy's flower pot to prop open the screen door. That's the first time I've heard about a screen door. A screen door. Interesting. That's the first time I heard about a screen door. I don't see any screen doors on the back side of the house at all. None. Where's the screen door at? Unless you're talking about the front of the house. And I'm thinking, because there's no screen door to Nancy's kitchen. So that's interesting. Deb, it's nice to see you. Kathleen. Who else do we have? At least I haven't seen a screen door. Let me preface that way. I haven't seen a screen door. I looked really close too, because I heard that from Ashley Banfield. I'm pretty sure I checked. I double checked that. Teresa, it's nice to see you. Danielle, good morning. Good morning. Nina, good morning. Rue, it's nice to see you. The Real Me Too. Who else do we have? Vicky? I think I've Common Sense. I think you were in here the other day and I missed you, Common Sense, and I apologize about that. So, good morning. Good morning. I hate when I miss people, but I do it often. Jerry Lynn, I see you. Good, nice to see you. But I do it occasionally. I do. If you don't believe me, ask Lisa B. Always. I think there for a solid week, I missed like every single thing she posted. I was like, every time she posted something, I would be looking down and I would talk to the camera for like 5 minutes. And then when I looked over, nothing was there. I didn't see it. I'm like, so I got to get better, but I'm trying. Good Lord knows I'm trying. It's nice to see you, baby love. Good morning, guys. Good morning. So let's have a discussion about this back door because, again, like you see, Mike and we disagree on this quite a bit when it comes to back door. But it's not that we disagree or anything like that. Nobody really knows. Nobody from law enforcement says, hey, this is the way that they got in, And we have to remember the comments, the little bit of comments we do have from Nanos. Hey, Teresa. The Real Me Too, Arizona. Who else do we have? West Virginia Holla Girl. Just My Girls. It's nice to see you. Danielle, it's nice to see you. Ooh, I need to put some oil in my hair. I forgot to oil my hair yesterday. It's starting to feel like a horse's butt. Can't have that. We've been working so hard on my hair. Can't have a horse's butt on my head. Okay, so Digging Dirt, it's nice to see you guys. Oh, good afternoon, guys. Or good morning. Good morning. It's not quite afternoon yet. We'll get there. So it comes down to the sliders, or the back doors as being the entry points for this. But because nobody's really talking about this, and this is why I'm pointing it out. I just want to make sure if you're new here and you're wondering why I'm pointing this out, it is because when it comes to, well, first of all, it comes to the sliding glass doors because nobody knew that there were sliding glass doors on this home. It took us almost 2 months before we just learned about these sliding glass doors, last week? When we were watching Ashley Banfield, she had gray hues, maybe the week before. So, I mean, out of the whole time, like we're in the 8th week of this case right now. And out of all these weeks, we just learned of these sliding glass doors 6 weeks after it happened. Nobody was talking about these sliding glass doors. And so when we finally realized there are sets of sliding glass doors on this home, it kind of brought back a comment that Chris Nanos said the sheriff had made before he stopped talking to everybody. Like right now we're in this pattern of him not talking to anybody related to this case. I don't even think CNN, I haven't seen Chris Nanos give us any type of interview to local media, national media, NBC, no, nothing. We haven't heard from Chris Nanos. I mean, they started the recall. There's been some major public backlash to him, and he's just kind of crawled under a rock or something. We haven't seen or heard from him. Nobody in the community, like we were getting updates of him going to the, basketball show and then going to the gym more times than he was in the office. And we started getting those reports. I know he has, you're right, Kevin. I don't like him. The one thing I can say about him, look, I feel bad because I feel like there's very little people that I really like, but it's not true. Like, I like a lot of people on these platforms, but it's like there's some comments that Gray has said that's really rubbed me the wrong way as a female, first and foremost. And I'm not really all into my feelings, okay? I'm a girl from the country, my friends were mostly dudes, my cousins were guys. I was like, me and my sister were the only girl with all these boy cousins, okay? So we were just raised a little differently. My sister kind of got to the really girly stuff. I was like the tomboy, that liked to play in dirt and liked to play with monster trucks. Okay, so I mean, different personalities, different personalities. But anyways, getting back on track, it's just when it comes to this case, and Gray Hughes is great with this kind of stuff. Like with Sebastian Rogers, he was able to show us exactly what Chris Proudfoot said the track of the dogs were, which was quite interesting. We're not going to turn this into a Sebastian Rogers show, but it was quite interesting. But he's the one that did that. And and I know, I get you guys, a lot of people can't stand Gray, but at the end of the day, I'm a person that can give kudos or at least have appreciation, whether I like somebody or not like somebody. I can give them appreciation for what they do good. I can compartmentalize my disdain, how he feels about women and the way he treats women, from him doing a good job and being able to explain this. Because let's face it, I would not be talking about sliding glass doors if it wasn't for Gray Hughes. And whether I like him or dislike him, at the end of the day, he keeps the conversation rolling, and he opened up a new perspective for me that I've adopted. So it's just one of those things. I don't know. I haven't. I have no earthly idea what's going on out there. But getting back to this is with the relations to the back door. We do have two back doors, and the reason why we're focusing on two is because this back door over here, this blue one right here, from what we understand, that is a storage unit that doesn't have any access to the house. So when I believe Savannah is referring to the back doors that are propped open, I think she's referring to where the fingers are, the back doors on the back side of the house that have access to the interior. And just because they're open, we still have tracks around that house that we still need to explain. There's ruts and ridges in her driveway that appear to be something rolling on it. Now, this may have nothing to do with the case at hand because, I mean, theoretically, why wouldn't somebody just pull a car up to that area and pick her up and put her in it? Why would they go and find something and roll her out to the car when they can pull the car up to her? It sounds a little foolish, but you don't know why people do what they do. It's just a different perspective. The back doors were propped open. Some people believe that they were propped open for a quick escape. Some people believe that they were propped open for another purpose, because they came through them. They were propped open. Now, again, I'm not sure. Was the back gate open? We've never heard anything about the gate. There's a gate over here, right here, I believe, right there. There's a gate right there that goes to the guest house, right? So we have a gate. Was that opened? Did it have a lock on it? Those are questions that we're not asking, and we haven't received answers that really are very, very important. The only thing that we know definitively that everybody is behind, including law enforcement, is that she went out the front door. Quietly watching doctor's appointment for pre-op physical. Ah, that's right. You're going in for surgery. You're going to be sliced and diced. Okay, well, you quietly watch. We're here. Thank you, Lisa. We appreciate you, love. We appreciate you. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and get into some of this. Because again, we have one quick case that's disturbing that we're going to jump in front of before we get started in Nancy Guthrie's case. Guys, we have two 16-year-olds right now in Mississippi, Hinds, Mississippi. I think it's Hinds, 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 Mississippi. Two deceased teenagers, multiple gunshot wounds. Looks like it's about to turn into a homicide investigation. So far, I have not been able to determine. I haven't searched in it. I was just finding out about this right before we came live here. So, but we do have these students or these teenagers. They were found by, I think, utility workers, sanitation workers on the side of the road. So I just wanted to take a few minutes in case you guys are in the Mississippi area. If you are in this area, please give me a call or reach out to me somehow, some way, bullhornbetty@gmail.com at your earliest convenience. I need to speak to you about this particular case. And so we have two missing teens found on the side of the road by sanitation workers. And again, I'm calling them students because they're 16 years old, are deceased. Multiple gunshot wounds.
Hinds County deputies working tonight to find out who killed two teenagers.
Authorities released the names of the teens who were found shot and killed in a rural part of the county.
Let me get the names.
Hinds County Sheriff Tyree Jones says the shooting happened on South Springdale Road. 3 on Your Side's Chris Fields
we did have the names.
Exclusively with the woman living in the area about what she witnessed. He joins us now with more details. Chris.
Hey, Megan, Howard. So we have learned those found dead were only 16-year-olds. And right now there are still...
I did forget they did release the names because one of the last names is Hudson, because I knew a Hudson and I remember the name. I forgot that they did release the names and I did read them.
More questions than answers in this case. And when it comes to the people living in that area where the duo was found, the sounds leading them to the deaths were chilling.
Before I heard After that, it was about another 5-10 minutes. It came out again.
For one person living in the area, they now know what those gunshots meant around 1 a.m. And for the woman's safety, her identity will not be revealed.
It boomed out. He was speeding, and the light come right. It boomed out. Everything was quiet after that, the rest of the night.
The site at the scene remains a bloody one, which you can see we blurred out.
Both victims, both the male and the female, are both black, and they appear to be young.
Hinds County Sheriff Tyree Jones later identified the two as 16-year-old Terry Burrell Jr. and 16-year-old Chloe Hudson. They had been reported missing over the last 24 hours to the Jackson Police Department. He also says a sanitation crew on the road made that shocking discovery. Both victims suffered multiple gunshot wounds, and right now there is no information about a suspect or why the shooting took place.
We believe that this incident did occur at this location where we are. But again, that's still under investigation. As of right now, we're not familiar with another crime scene that may be linked to this, but of course, we're not ruling that out.
I think they see enough evidence to say that they were hurt right there. So anyways, I just thought that was it was breaking news within the last few hours. So I figured I'd bring that to all of you on this segment because of the situation at hand. These are teenagers, 16 years old, a girl, a boy, and multiple gunshot wounds. You know, our children should be safe. And no matter how you look at it, whatever they were they into probably shenanigans? You know, situations like this sometimes end because of shenanigans. So, you know, the probability of shenanigans being involved is probably high in this particular case, but that doesn't give anybody the right to hurt you or take you out because, you know, we've dealt with the Matthew Guerra and Savannah Soto. You know, they were kind of gangbangers, but it didn't matter. Their lives mattered, and we worked hard to seek justice for them and their unborn baby. So this was probably something that we're going to find out was over stupidity, complete stupidity, and probably something we're going to find out could have been prevented, right? Because it was most likely a parent's gun that was used. So, folks, I'm a 2A person. 100% 2A, but I'm responsible. And if you have children, I don't have children in my home, okay? So up until I'm not supposed to have my, my pistol is freely around. So if I need it, I get it. But I can tell you, when there's grandkids here, we had a safe, we had things, we had stuff to make sure that wherever ours were, they were out of the reach of the children, that there was no possibility of our children, grandchildren, or anybody being able to get at their hands on the pieces that we had laying around this house. So I absolutely believe in 2A, but I also believe it's our responsibility not only to keep them out of the reach of children, but also to train a child, okay? People are like, train a child? Yes. Half of the crap we have going on right now, especially with the people, because most of the time people, there's a lot of people that don't have them in your house. So you don't need to worry about teaching your child about the safety of one. But if you have one in your house, it could possibly be stolen. You're right, Veronica. But most of the time, these young kids get it from their mamas or daddies or aunties and uncles, period. And at the end of the day, my family had them in the house. And one of the first things that they taught us is not even to point a water pistol, a water gun at anybody's. Those were just reasonable trainings that we had. So even if we did accidentally pick up, we knew nobody, at least they knew that the person wouldn't be, in the head. But they also taught us the importance and how these are so dangerous. Do not touch them. Do not point them. If you are caught near or in, you're getting your ass whooped, type of stuff. And proper safety. So if the children did, because children are curious. So, my parents understood that, and they protected themselves. There were firearms all over our houses, loaded, and we knew not to touch them at a very, very young age. And guess what? We never did. So I truly believe that talking about it, even with young children get it. If you talk to them seriously, they get it. And they don't get curious because you take the curiosity away from them. That's the part about it. You take curiosity away from them. If you take curiosity away from them, some of these things that have happened won't happen. That's just my honest opinion. But one thing you never do is let your child know the combination to a lock, no matter how good they are. Every child has a breaking point, and you never know what your child is going through. And children, especially when they hit adolescence, they're up and down. They're up and down. They hate life. They love life. 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 That's just part of it. You know how I know that? Because that was what my teenage years were like. Right? Some days were like the best of the best, and some days were like, right? You don't let children around loaded pieces that are up and down. And that's normal for them. So just remember, it's normal. Lock your shit away. I know. But I don't like that. I think that's because it seems like there's still pieces there, because we just had that event that you guys just went through at one of your, I can't remember, was it last year? That was awful. That was awful. Yeah, we could never do that because we own our government. And that's the only way we can keep our government in in line. Like you don't want 378 million people that are pissed off at you pointing a piece at you. I'm just saying, governor, just governor. Anyways, let's get back to this. Let's get back on track. So back doors, guys, back doors. So how did these people get in? What about the gate? And if we do say they intruded in the back, I mean, she has a wall around her property, folks. Did they jump the wall? Did they scale the wall? Did they need a ladder? I mean, how was this accomplished? We need to figure this out because I've heard nothing about the back gate being open. So how did they get into the backyard? And I know that Brian Enton is going back there, and I did watch a portion of Brian Enton's video on the backside of her house with that one ex-SWAT guy, Bob. Bob was out there, and it looked there is no possibility of them being able to navigate that back area out there with a woman that has mobility issues. So, hey, Big Mac Mike. Is Big Mac Mike up in the house? Oh, I see Frank. Hey, Frank. It's nice to see you live. I hope you're doing well. Handsome man, it's nice to see you. After Port Arthur, John Howard, yes, save. I cannot go to the U.S. knowing everyone. I can tell you back in the 80s and 90s, we had no problems. I don't know how many people remember back then, but I got to tell you, everybody I knew had a gun holder, like their big long guns. People drove around with their trucks with five long guns in them. I can tell you we didn't have the type of crime we have now. You know, like when you're going in there and you're sitting around and somebody comes in to everybody's at the bar drinking their beer and somebody comes in and says this is a robbery and everybody turns around and they got their pistol and the guy's just like backing out of the bar. that was back when I remember, you know, and it might have went past it might have went further than might have been the 60s and 70s, but you guys got to remember, I only remember the 80s and 90s. And I think it was the early 90s when they started forcing everybody, or maybe it was the late 80s that they made everybody take the gun racks out of their vehicles. But gun racks were in all of our vehicles, right? I remember driving with them. I remember them. I remember the rack being there one day, and I remember one day the rack was just gone. And but I can tell you the problems that we have now, we wouldn't have because, and I'm telling you, it was just like that. You know, and you're not even allowed to have a firearm in a bar. And back in the day, somebody come in there, everybody had a piece. They just turn around with their, that wasn't a joke. That wasn't a joke. But you just didn't have the type of crime you have this day and age. So let's go ahead and get the first part propped up, the propped open doors. Let's talk about the propped open doors.
Let's bring in Raymond Carr, former FBI special agent and director of the Criminal Justice Institute at Wilmington University. Ray, given what we know at this point and what we just saw in Brian's piece, how do you think they took Nancy out? It looks like going out the back, you go into that rough terrain. There's no way you could carry an elderly woman through that.
I don't think that the back door was an exit. I think it was an entry.
So you think that's how they got in?
I think that's how additional individuals may have been let into the home, where the one individual went in through the front. But it's, and I agree with the SWAT commander, that they had to leave from the front of the home because of the blood that was found on the steps and on the porch. There's not a doubt in my mind that she left from the front.
So, you know, and I want you guys to hear all this because, Nina, read my email, Betty. Okay, let me see what you got. Yeah, the two sliding glass doors here. You know what? Let's go ahead and clear this up for everybody related to the sliding glass doors. You are absolutely right. So what she is basically explaining is that we have the three doors, two that lead in here, and then all the way over here we have the sliding glass doors plus the front door to the front. So I think what we need to do is show, let me get the Google Earth up. And I think you're right. And so Nina, you're right. I don't think people are getting how many entry points there are in this house. And while I know that I'm not buying that they came through the back door just yet, I feel like the back door is open for another purpose. I don't know what the other purpose is. But I absolutely, there we go. We hit Nancy Guthrie's. There's Nancy Guthrie's project. Give it a second. It's coming up now. Slowing everything down just a little bit. Oops. That's about as much as it's going to let me do. That's the end of this. Okay. So let's find let's go home. Okay. So here's the El Camino. So let's go ahead and get our people. Our person down here on the ground. Okay. So here is the front of Miss Guthrie's house. This is the looped driveway, okay? So let me see if I can just get it just a little bit further, not too much further. So right over here, let me see if I can get this in. Why is it not? Hold on. It's not letting me expand it for some reason. Oh, it's only going to let me do it this way. So right behind this wall here, there we go. This wall right here, this is the wall to the patio. Let me see if I can just get out just a little bit further. I'd like to go down just a little bit. And you can kind of see it better. There you go. There's the wall. You can actually see the sliding glass door right through the wall. You see there? That's into her bedroom. Now, also on this wall here, which this area here appears to be the formal living room, and along this wall here, you can't see it because you can only see the sliding glass door this way, but not the one coming this way. And so there's a sliding glass door right here. So this is all on the front of the house. Betty, if you go to Redfin or Zillow, type in the address, it will show you all the pictures of the inside and outside. They don't have all of them. They have a few of the photos up there. We were able to review and see those photos, but for this purposes, we don't need to see it. I just wanted to point out to show everybody where the sliding glass doors are on this house because it's in the front of the house. Okay, the assailant was over here by the front door, and you know, the assailant, I just can't get this right. I wish I could get it right, but it's just not going. It goes too far. It just doesn't go enough. But over here is the front door, okay? And this is the sliding glass door over here. So everything's in the front, but the two doors that were ajar or propped open were in the back, and that's what you see right behind me. This is the back of the house. So over in that corner over there, the front corner on that side of the house is where those sliding glass doors are, but it's on the front side of the house. So they would not have breached sliding glass doors on the back side of the house, but there were two doors propped open. Now we're going to look into, not right at this moment, but we are going to look into videos of this back side of the house because people are talking about a screen door being back here. And so far, I have not seen any screen door from any of the photos that I've seen, because screen doors, if you have a house, you know, screen doors aren't on the inside of the home. The screen door, you have your door, your front door, and then the screen door on the outside of your home. The screen door does not reside on the inside. It only resides on the outside. So we should be able to clearly see any screen door that is observed around the house. So far, the only storm door / screen door that we have assessed so far is that front door, the entryway where she was removed from the home. So at least that's my understanding. If you guys have anything that differs from that, please send that to bullhornbetty@gmail.com. The door is not actually screen. It's a wooden storm door. And I thought it was metal. Then the main entry door, that's Savannah said, but one frame, but two doors. The doors, they're talking about the doors that were propped open. Those would be in the back of the home, not in the front of the home. And everybody's saying there's a screen door on the kitchen door. We'll look at it. We'll look at it. I have not seen it, but I'm not, I've looked at it, but I didn't zoom in to confirm, but I'm not willing to say that there's any screen door on any kitchen door. I have not seen that yet. I have not seen that yet. So I want to make sure I'm very clear on that. And we'll get to that. We'll get to it. But if other people have seen it, then other people have. I have personally not seen it, so I'm not taking or adopting that at all until I see it for myself. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get back to this. We've looked at that as much as we could. Oops, I accidentally hit another.
But there were entries that they had to leave from the front of the home because of the blood that was found on the steps and on the porch. There's not a doubt in my mind that she left from the front, but there were entries that people were going in from different parts of the home.
So this would prove to you, because
see, right back here, I never saw any gate open, you know, and it makes you wonder. We do have another sliding glass door right here. Could they have, you know, got into this sliding glass door and got in back here? Did they jump over this fence, or did this fence not have a lock on it and they would have been able to just open the gate here and just walk right into her backyard? You know, these are questions that I have. These are questions that maybe these people know and just haven't explained to us, and maybe that's why they know that this person went into the back of the back of the house. I'm not adopting that yet because nobody has been able to explain. Just because doors are propped open does not mean that that is their entry point into the house. And I just want somebody to explain to me in better terminology than what we're hearing here. So you think maybe baby left the back door cracked for a breeze? I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I have a few different theories. I have a few different theories about that, Vicky. I'm not sure what I believe. It's because of Chris Nanos. And I know that it's hard for us to follow Chris Nanos, the sheriff, because he's been all over the place, and every time he gives us something, he takes it back, and I understand that, okay? I really do, but it was the comment that he made about the people not leaving their sliding glass doors ajar. And that's when I never realized there was I didn't think there was any sliding glass doors over here, so I dismissed it. So as you can imagine, when we realized there were 2 sliding glass doors and they were on the front of the house, and then we come back to the statements from Nanos, then that's when my objective changed, and I thought, okay, he's talking about sliding glass doors leaving people in the neighborhood at risk. He was telling people to close their sliding glass doors, don't leave them open even for the breeze, and then we find out that this house has sliding glass doors on it. That almost tells me that the person came in through the sliding glass doors, but all of these talking heads from all these things keep saying these back doors were open, and that has to be how they got in. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be how they got in. There's another entry point, the sliding glass doors. So nobody's been able to shut that worry box that this definitively is the way that these assailants came into the house through the back door. It might ultimately be that be the case, but they haven't convinced me. There are 7 doors in total that they've heard they have. Wow, it's a lot of entries. Front steel door with the screen on it and has a deadbolt lock on it. You must have a key to open it. You cannot get in without a key. I believe the reason for the blood on both sides of this is maybe okay, so she might have had to open that door for them. Let's see what else we have. Well, she did have a guest house, right, in my opinion. Brian told us that the gate was propped open with a flower pack. The gate was. Okay, I've got to go watch his. I haven't finished watching his. I'll have to watch his live. Maybe that'll clarify all of this stuff for me. So let's go ahead and get this. Maybe we'll prop that open, or open that.
There's been
that live or his statements here in just a second. Maybe I didn't watch it completely through.
Lots of speculation that a single person could not have pulled this off. Nancy was 84. She was not able to move very well. It would have been too much for one person to break into the home and carry her out.
Absolutely. You know, I listened to Savannah's interview again, and something that was very notable to me was the fact that she said her brother, who was military, was in the military and was involved in intelligence.
And we said the same thing.
Thought that his mother was kidnapped. When I heard her say that, it raised a red flag to me that I thought, how did he come up with that idea, number one?
Yep.
And number two, what did he see? and what did he hear that led him to believe that.
And,
I think that's very telling.
And the brother, who has a background in the military, you say, the brother said that right away, like before anybody had given a ransom note, which happened a couple days later?
Couple days later.
That is correct. That is what I took from the interview that Savannah said.
The timing of Savannah's interview may not be coincidental. It comes almost exactly 2 months after Nancy's disappearance. You know, this is a case where we have so few clues or leads to the case. Do you think, was this just an interview that she did before she returned to work? It's something she would have had to do to sort of address the tragic elephant in the room, so to speak, before going back on TV every single morning? Or do you think this was also done in conjunction with the FBI to spur more tips and information in the case?
I definitely think it was done in collaboration with the FBI. She's been very cooperative, as her whole family has been. And I think that she spoke with the FBI, and it was kind of scripted at exactly what they want, exactly the message they wanted to broadcast to everyone out here.
What stuck out to you as being as things that you thought, I'll bet she worked with the FBI on the wording of that?
I didn't get that jive, but again, not a professional here. He's more of an expert than I, but I didn't get that out of it. I thought she would have worked this the way she thought and maybe had gotten approval from law enforcement, but anyways.
It wasn't spontaneous. The questions weren't spontaneous. It was almost like it was scripted, like, ask me this and I'll tell you this. So it seemed it was pretty, after watching it several times, that's how I feel it was.
Well, let's hope it works. This is a case where we desperately need, police desperately need, the FBI desperately needs some leads in the case. The family's offered $1 million for information. That hasn't shaken loose anything. Maybe finally it will.
It's not about the number of tips that are coming in. It's finding that one tip.
The quality.
That's going to help. Yeah, that's going to help solve the case.
Wow. Yeah, Raymond Carr, really appreciate your analysis. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, coming up for us.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe.
So, we got that. And then, this is Ashley Banfield, my new BFF. Her and I like to not agree on a whole lot. We like not to agree on a whole lot. She's always trying to change the original statement that her impeccable source gave her, and it evolved from forced entry to doors wide open, whatever. Let's keep guessing at it. But I digress. So she's going to keep trying to talk about her stupid freaking impeccable source that got like 50% of the points accurate. So, not that I'm trying to be rude, but I'm just tired of hearing about her fucking source. Excuse my language. I'm so tired of hearing about it. I'm so tired of it. Okay? If I have to hear about it one more time, I'm going to hit my blessed head against the surface. Just saying. But I'm probably knocking my my volume out. My heart. All right, I'm done. Why won't my boss fire me?
Big news to share with you. This is sort of the biggest thing I've learned in the last, I don't know how many days, but a detail of the crime scene at Nancy Guthrie's home. This is day 58 in the investigation into who took Nancy Guthrie from her home in Tucson, Arizona. And if you've been following my channel, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
If you haven't, subscribe. It's right here, and it's free, and it's easy, and it's cheap, and it's great because I will give you updates, and you will not even have to look for them. They'll just...
Yes, we know. You're kind of like the... I should shut up. Before I get myself... Okay. I'm ready. I can deal with her now. Hold on. God gracious. There's no alcohol. Damn it. Damn it, man. Okay, I'll have to deal with her without alcohol. It's not enough.
Boink. They'll be in your inbox. And thank you for members. I appreciate you guys joining as well. If you want to be a member, there's another thing down there too to join. So
only on the Bullhorn.
Let me tell you,
channel.
From the beginning, day 3, I had a source that told me back door wide open, right?
Okay, and you know what? Ashley, you're going to make me fact check you on this. I'm so sick and tired of this. Why don't you just say my impeccable source said that the freaking back doors were kicked in, but then decided to walk that back and say they were just left wide open, okay? All right, now that I have had my temper tantrum, let's just move on here.
And, a lot of other stuff,
Taj.
but let's just focus on that for now because that's the information I'm getting more on today. And Savannah Guthrie gave an interview to Hodokopy on the Today Show and said her sister was on the phone with her, and Savannah's in New York, saying his mom's missing. And the back doors were propped open. That's how Savannah worded it. And it seemed like maybe it was a misstatement. Nope.
So we're talking about the back doors propped open. Why would an assailant need to come into 2 separate doors? I don't think there's a screen door. I really don't.
She said it 2 different times in the interview. Back doors propped open. Well, this sounded very different than the source that I had. Back door wide open on day 3. I've had 2 subsequent law enforcement sources since that have confirmed back door wide open.
No, you mean they disconfirmed that they were smashed in?
So I started thinking, and Gray Hughes has been very helpful in navigating the back of the house to determine that there are 3 back doors. Originally, I thought there were only 2 because you can't see one of them. It's real.
Okay. This door here goes absolutely nowhere but a storage unit. Okay. This door, I don't think is up here. There's no door here. It's down here. It's over here. It's a blue door. It looks just like this, but it's over. It's over. So let's keep going.
Hard to see it. It's like perpendicular to the length of the house because the back patio kind of juts out towards you if you're standing in the
It's like right here. That's where the other one is. Let's see if we can keep getting
backyard.
And they always they scan it just once. Look, they scan it short.
Kind of.
See, right? If they would have just scanned over just a little bit more, you would have seen the third one. I sent you a picture to your email. Oh, look who it is. Hey, Robin. How you doing, babe? Let's see what we got. Robin's on it. Yep, that's the one, and there is no screen door to this one. That's one of the ones. That's the one over here. That's the one over here. Let me go ahead and send this to me. Screenshot, Ryan E. video highlighted. There's no screen door. There is no screen door. So we have no screen doors. So that means 2 doors. She's saying 2 doors were opened. So why would an assailant need to open 2 doors? With that, to me, it makes me believe that this is not, hold on, there it is. No screen door. There's no screen door. That's the one. Let me just show you where that one is. That is the one right here. Up under this awning right here. There's the door right there. There's another door on the other side of this wall because I remember seeing the pool outside the window. The pool is over in this area. So that means there's got to be another door for this side of this concrete gate or fence. So let's keep going. Thank you, Robin.
Juts out towards you if you're standing in the backyard and then continues. And that door is perpendicular to the length of the house. And so I've learned that there are 2 doors on that back door to the left of the patio sofa, the one you can't see.
You can see it just fine. This is the one to the left of the patio sofa. Okay, there it is, the patio sofa. There it is, no screen door. This is not the 3rd door. This is the 2nd door. There's still a third door all the way down. So she's even still describing where the third door is wrong. We'll look through it. Hold on, let me find oh, this is still running. This should not be running. It's probably what's causing all of our lagging issues. Do I have drop frames? Ooh, I don't even have drop frames. That's nice. We're running like 3 programs on here and didn't even realize it. Look at that. Love it. Love it when that happens. Okay, so let me, what was I looking for? Oh, yeah. The hell is the, hold on, let me pull this back. I need to get some information. Give me just 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. 5820. And it looks like Zillow took all the photos off. Let me see if Realtor.com still has some. It looks like all of the Realtor places have taken all of the interior photos off of the internet. I don't know if I can find them any other way. Let's see. We got Matt Black. Let's see what he's got here. Okay, so we do have the layout and the floor plan, but it doesn't show the openings in the back of the house. Okay, so let me keep going. Let me keep going, folks. Let me keep going. Right fin, maybe they've got them. They've been removed. All of them, all the interior photos have been removed from the listing. So we have nothing. So we're going to have to go back to that, if anybody has the photos, I know that they're, I know that Gray did capture some of them, and we do have the 3 that we were able to get, but it looks like all of the photos from Escalante, Camino Escalante in Tucson have been removed. Let me see what we got here. Hold on. I'm trying. But I think they've all been removed. They're third party. Yep. They don't even, it just shows they've been removed. The only people that would have them is the ones that captured them and uploaded them. So they're all missing. All the interior photos have now been removed from the internet. So there are no more interior photos. They've had them all removed. So if anybody has some of those interior photos that they were able to capture, you guys can send those over to me, but we don't have them. There was not any interior pictures of her house. People found interior pictures online, not realtor sites. I'm not sure if that's accurate because I remember seeing them when we looked up the property once before. I remember seeing them attached to the realtor.com stuff. There was only a few of them because it was so many years ago, but there was only like, but I do remember seeing them on a realtor type site. So I'm not sure unless I'm just mistaken, but I'm pretty sure. Hey, Lady for Justice, it's nice to see you. I thought I saw him. Hey, Maury, it's nice to see you. I think once you get in one of those back doors outside, you get another door going into the house. Possibly, I didn't see that being the makeup from the interior. We do have some interior photos from that video with Ashley Banfield. I'll find it and I'll have to say, I might have kept it. I might have saved it, but I'll go through her files and I'll find out which one it is. But we talked about the floor plan. And she had Gray up on her channel for that as well. But again, I've just tried looking for it. We can't find any anything related to it. So let's go ahead and just go back to what Ashley is saying.
It enters the kitchen. That door goes into the kitchen, and there are two doors. One is the screen door, and one is the inside door. And those were the doors.
There's no screen door. We've already confirmed there is no screen door. I have no idea what the hell she's talking about. That door right there goes into the kitchen. There's another door that comes into a living room further down on the pool side. And that enters, it's in the middle of the living room and the hallway for the bedrooms. But you see right out the window, because there's a fireplace there. And you look right out the windows and you can see the pool. So I know that the next door is on the pool side. This one here, she's accurate. This particular door right here under this porch goes into the kitchen. But there's another door down the way on the pool side that goes to the living room and the hallway to the bedrooms. So I don't know where she's talking about the screen door.
Doors,
I just don't.
Plural, that were left open.
She's just wrong.
So when Savannah says
she's just wrong,
the back doors were propped open, it's one entrance.
No, it's not.
But two doors. I had guessed that might be what had happened.
That's not the case. That is not the case. There is no screen door. We have confirmed it for everybody looking. This is from the photos out there at the scene while the investigators were on the scene. There is no screen door on the door that goes into the kitchen. Ashley Banfield is just wrong. She's just wrong.
That one of the doors had a screen door or a storm door, but I didn't know which one. And it is not the one to the right of the sofa on the outdoor back patio, because there's a lovely blue.
Oh, she thinks there's two doors on the. There's a storage door all the way toward the garage. There's a storage room. Then there's one under. This lady's confused, and she's confusing me. There's three doors. There's one that's a storage. There's one that goes into the kitchen, and there's one that goes into the living room and the hallway. Period.
Ish door, to the right. No screen door that we could see there. Maybe it's on the inside. I don't know. But the entryway,
maybe it's on the inside.
Was left open. Was that one?
There's a screen door, but we don't know where it's at.
And that goes in the kitchen to the left of the back patio sofa when you're looking at the back.
Okay, let me get that.
That's one big earth shattering.
No, it's not earth shattering. Good gracious, lady, it's not earth shattering. Let me find the photo. I'm finding the damn photo. This lady is all kinds of confused. I don't like inaccurate. I don't like misinformation. Damn it. She got misinformation. And she had the guy that gave us the information. That's how I got the information. I got it from her guy. Where the hell is the photo? There it is. Let me put this son of a gun back up here. Yeah. Oh, hold on. I got to answer this. Hold on. All right, sorry, I'm going to be going and handing out and getting some things signed and door knocking and stuff today. There it is, okay? Well, maybe it is under the awning. There's one of the doors right there that go into the kitchen. Here's the doors. This is at least what they're saying the doors are. Here's your two doors. I guess you're right. She said perpendicular. Let's look at this. Let's look at the information. So this right here is this door right here, okay? It does not go into the kitchen. It goes into the living room with the fireplace. Okay? I thought I saw but right over here is the hallway to the room, the bedrooms. And she keeps saying the one in the kitchen. Now here's the kitchen. It's turned backwards because here's the door right here that goes to the garage. And they're saying that this right here is a door right around the corner in this den looking area is another door. That's where they're saying the other door is. Now, is this the door that has the screen door? Maybe we're not seeing that. I thought that this is the one I thought was on the pool side, but I'm seeing that there is the wall here. Apparently, I didn't see, there's some place I saw a pool. And apparently it's not here, because I would be able to see the pool right there is where I saw it out the door. And I do not see the pool out this door. So but this is the door I was referring to. As you see, it's in the living room. And on the other side over here is the hallway to all of these bedrooms. Okay? This is it. This is the first time we're hearing about this door here. This door here. Now, is this the door they're trying to say she came into, and this one here has a screen door? Now, if that is the case, we seriously do not have any information on this door here. We can't see it. I haven't seen an angle of it. But these are the two doors. This right here, as you can see, is a storage all by itself. It has no entry, no access into this house from everything I understand. Yes, there is a picture of Savannah playing guitar that shows the kitchen door. Okay, that shows the kitchen door. Okay, well, here is the door that is under that we're seeing here. This door here, right here, is this door here, right here. You guys understand now? Send a photo. Let me see. So I don't care what she's saying. She's just, at least I thought she was wrong, but maybe she's not wrong. Hold on. I've got the floor plan. But even this floor plan does not show where the doors are. That's the only problem. This plan here doesn't show any doors. That's the bad part about it. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we've got that door. So that's the door that's on the side. Okay, well then this shows here that there is this is the second one. Okay, here's the all right. All right, give me a second. So we got a picture of the door, and there is no screen door on here either. Is that what I'm understanding? Robin, am I understanding that this is the door? This is that side door? Yeah. Oh, is this the side door? Is this the side door, or is this the kitchen door? It's hard because these are all the same. These are all the same color doors, but everything I'm looking at, I'm not seeing any screen doors on any of these doors. So I don't know where this screen door theory is coming from, because I'm just not seeing this. I'm just not seeing it. Hold on, let me see what we got here. Okay. Those are the sliding glass doors out there for that thing. Yeah, but those sliding glass doors you're showing is the guest house, not the side house, unless I'm missing something. So, I don't think we've met it. So there's that. So it is what it is. It is what it is. It doesn't look like there's any screen doors on any of these. Blue door on her awning goes to the family room. We have that one. We have, we've got several things here, including this, that kind of show where all the doors are. So we have 1, 2, these are the sliding glass doors right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 5 of them being direct entry points into the home, and a 6th one right here, because there is a door right here that comes in from the garage. So we have the garage as one entry point, then we got 2, 3, We got 4, 5, and then the front being the 6th entry point. From everything that we've learned, this door over here, this 7th door, doesn't go anywhere but to a storage unit on the outside, and it's enclosed. It doesn't have access into the home. So this is what we're seeing here on our end. Now, again, I'm at the mercy of the information that's provided. I'm trying to make heads or tails of this, but I have seen 0 screen doors around this house. I've only seen 1 security door, and that was at the front door of this home. Outside of that, I've seen 0 screen doors. So I'm not trying to call her a liar. I just don't see where there's any screen doors around this home. And I just want to make sure that we're accurate, because this stuff does matter. We're hearing 2 doors were left open, and everybody's trying to say, oh, well, this is the way they entered. Well, why do they need to enter in 2 separate doors? And then people are saying that the reason why the doors are open is because of staging. Somebody staged the scene. And so we're trying to really evaluate this situation, and the information we're getting, in my opinion, is all kinds of funky. It's just funky. It doesn't seem like it's accurate. So let's keep going and let's see what we find out.
Piece of information that I was able to determine after talking to several
sources, I'm wrong, folks,
in law enforcement.
If I'm misunderstanding it, and you guys that have a better understanding it, and I've got the details wrong, email me, because I read these emails. I really read these emails. Sometimes I can write back, sometimes I can't. We are looking for a warden storm door on the outside, then a door behind it. The only storm door we have is the front door. That's it. I'm not seeing any other door like that. So she's the one saying screen door, but who has a screen? Yeah, I knew it was a wooden. I knew you meant wooden. Escape and took her out the front. We know that she went out the front, but why would the back doors be open? And now people are saying, oh, it's not 2 doors, it's just 1 door with a door and a screen door. And I'm like, where's the screen door? Nobody's seen a screen door. There's no screen doors anywhere on this property. There is a metal security/storm door on the front entrance, and that's how she went out. But other than that, we have no, nothing like that on the back. Brian showed, okay. I'll bring up Brian's live, for fuck's sake. I don't see a screen door. I wish somebody would get me a point. Sorry, shouldn't have said that. I'm getting frustrated. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm getting frustrated. I'm not getting frustrated at you. I'm just getting frustrated of hearing Brian showed it last night. Brian showed it last night. I apparently missed it. I watched a piece of Brian's, and it was about the backyard with Rob. But sorry, I didn't mean to be so snippy. So this is where I got like 2 minutes into this with Rob. Okay.
I never.
So let me see if I can find out where. Can you guide me to where it was? So we're in the backyard. I just don't want to go through 20 minutes of this. So we're back at the door. I still see no screen. Okay, let me stop here and let's just go back.
It's exactly, it's a double-edged sword. They've got cameras, but like the cameras at this house right here, they're not going to see us right now. We got too much brush in the way.
Savannah has now said that, the back doors were propped open. And when her sister and brother-in-law arrived, the doors were open.
There's no screen doors. I mean, where are you seeing it, Mike? I'm not trying to be snooty. I'm just, I'm a little frustrated, and it's not your fault. It's my fault because I feel like I should have had this, and I'm getting upset myself, not really you, but it's still frustrating. So I apologize. But
Savannah has now said that, the back doors were propped open.
But see, I'm not seeing screen doors here. This looks, I don't know what this is. What is this door this looks like possibly a door. It doesn't look like a window, but I don't know what this is right here. But I'm not seeing a screen door. I haven't seen any screen doors anywhere just yet.
And when her sister and brother-in-law arrived,
no
the doors
screen
were,
door on
were
this
open
one.
in the back. What does that mean to you? What does that piece of the puzzle mean to you?
So I'm not really trying to get his. Let's keep looking. Okay, let's just keep looking.
For me, it's a quick way in and a quick way out. Just one less thing you have to think about, opening the door.
So we've got this door here. We see this big window here. We see this, we can see it out. We see this door here, no screen door. We see the couch. We see all of this. You know, we see a sitting area here, like a 3-person sitting area here, a couch over here, a table over here. No screen doors.
Or you don't want it closing behind you, maybe.
Then we see this one. This is the storage door. I can tell right where it's at. This is at the front. This is the storage door. No screen door on that.
Automatically locking and you not know how to unlock it to get out. Just, it's a time thing.
And one thing I noticed about the storage door is it looks like, is that a door or just a deadbolt on it? That's just a deadbolt. They wouldn't even have been able to get into the storage unit. Well, this is new footage. They may have changed all this out. Since then. This is new footage.
Locking and you not know how to unlock it to get out. Just, it's a time thing. You want to plan your ingress and egress, and that's a way of doing it. And then that way too.
There's 2 doors open. There's no screen doors, so that can't be 2 doors open. 2 back doors propped open. Mike, I'm just not seeing what you're seeing with the screen door. I see no screen door in anything that they have presented to us so far. There's no screen door. No, it's still the same stuff. All right, there's the door. We see the door right here. You can see the mat in front of it. I don't see a screen door. But I can't get it big enough. Take a screenshot. That's perfect. Okay, let's open with Chrome. There we go. I'm not seeing a screen door here. But you know what I'm also not seeing? I'm also not seeing a bright blue door like the rest of the doors either. So I never seen a screen door. I've never seen a screen door either, but I can tell you the door right here that we're looking at is not a blue door. It doesn't match the rest of the doors around the house. Could this be a security type door like the front? Because the security door on the front is a dark door as well. So does this give us a little bit of, some weight? Because I was expecting this door to be blue too. Not normal screen door. If it is a screen door, it's definitely not normal. That is a screen door. It was propped open with other footage. 854 says. That is a door, and it has a screen on it. That might be why it's darker. I'm not going to dispute it. I'm not going to argue. Like I said, I couldn't find the door. We couldn't find the door. We see the door here, and the only thing I can't tell you what is on that door, but I can tell you that that's not a blue door like the other doors on the outside of the house. That's a bit wooden screen door than a wood door. So just painted wood screen door. So that would be a wood screen door. I don't know if this is a wood screen door or not, but we finally have an angle on here. And the only observation I can give you, I can't assess what kind of door is on here, but I can tell you just by just by looking at it, it doesn't match the other doors that we've seen. So it does lead to a possibility of something else being over the door. So there we have it. It very well might be this being the only door open, but it would have had to have been this door here, because if that's what they're implying, a screen door and a door, if this is the door, Again, I tried. I'll have to put it in my program and see if we can clear it up a little bit to see if that really is a screen door here. But I see a mat here, right? We see a wipe your feet mat here. This looks like a little threshold or a step up right here. This appears to be a door. And I can tell you this does not, I would expect, even though we don't see the blue, I would expect to see some type of blue hue, penetrating or radiating from it. And we're not getting any type of blue hue. We're getting a very dark hue to it that almost matches the doormat. So what does that mean? I can tell you it means that I can't make out whether there's a screen door here, but it does give it more weight to it, because I would anticipate all the doors being blue. And this is not a blue door. This is a dark colored door. It's possible it could have a screen door over it. Just my personal perspective. So let's keep going. I think she's wrong, but we have uncovered at least something that gives her some more support.
Another detail that really floored me was that the perpetrator used Nancy's flower pots to do this. He took her beautiful flower pots that I can only imagine she spent time nurturing and making beautiful for her back patio, and he used them for his evil fucking plot. He took her beautiful flower pots and he propped open that screen.
Really dramatic. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not wanting to laugh at the details, but she's really trying to turn up the drama on flower pots, her beautiful flower pots. They just turned them over. Like, the woman was ripped out of her bed in the middle of the night by a lunatic masked gunman, and you're worried about the flippin' flower pots that she took care of? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to laugh because this is serious, but come on. Way too dramatic. Yes, that's the point I'm trying to make. It's so dramatic that it made me laugh in the middle of my show, okay? And this is a serious topic here.
Door. Use them for his evil fucking plot.
His evil plot! Really? I mean, I would think that we want to have some drama. The drama would be coming, a masked gunman rips an old lady out of her bed, but screw me, it's about the flower pots. It's about the flower pots. Good gracious. And his evil plot to kill the flowers. Look how serious she is. So here comes the flower pots. Thank you, love. So now I hear the flower pots. The flower pots are finally brought in, right? We don't know anything until we know something. Flower pots are now officially brought in. So we have flower pots, the evil flower pots. The evil flower pots have made it in. So where did these flower pots come from? Around the house? Were they brought with them? They take them out of the storage unit? Why did they prop open the doors? And why was there an evil plot against the flowers? I still haven't figured out the homicide plot against the flowers, but whatever.
He took her beautiful flower pots and he propped
them open.
That screen door.
How dare him? Like, how dare him? Like, I would think that, how dare him come into somebody's home and rip her out of the bed, but... Okay, Ashley. The evil flower pots, or the evil plan to attack the flower pots. The conspiracy.
Remember, I also told you that
the flower conspiracy.
My sources in law enforcement told me that the Guthrie kids had told them in law enforcement that their mom rarely locked her back doors. This might have been one of the ones that was unlocked, and he opened that screen door and he propped it open with a flower pot.
There's the screen door. Look, guys, look. There it is. Mike! Doors were propped open so they had an escape route if needed. Look, Mike! I found your screen door. We officially have a screen door, folks. We finally have the screen door. It took the Bullhorn Betty channel an hour and 30 minutes, but we located the blessed screen door. It is a hydraulic door. And she acts like that the flower pots were broken in the process. Look at this. This flower pot is what probably went over there and opened the door. They probably drug this flower pot over there and opened the door. There you go, folks. There's your screen door. I just emailed you that picture. Thank you. I see it now. Actually, let's go ahead and take a picture of this just in case I forget about it next week. And I have my, let's go ahead and just get, there we go. Criminal Network. Isn't that our guy with the tattoos on his face? Good job. Good job. Great shot. What's his name? Mike? Is that his name? Great job, Mike. Great job. Let's give you a round of applause. Oh, wrong one. I meant my I got a sticky button, except it never sticks when I accidentally push it when it's an accident. It always sticks when I intentionally push it. Make that make sense.
That inner door also had a flower pot. It is possible that door just stays open, right? Because it's a heavier door.
Look at that.
And in one of the photographs.
Look at that. Okay, so there's the photo. But you know what? At the end of the day, I remember seeing this photo now. Now that somebody brought this up, I do remember seeing this photo. But I still couldn't decide where it was. Was it in, I saw this kitchen, but we know that this house has had some modifications. I didn't know if that changed from when they were there years ago. So.
That door just stays open, right? Because it's a heavier door. And in one of the photographs, you can see it behind Savannah as she's playing guitar in the kitchen.
I just want to know where this stuff is. I think everybody should know where everything is. I'm not willing to give an inch until somebody proves me wrong. I'm sorry. I'm just not. When my mind's made up, it's my mind's made up. Like, you've got to, after that point, you got to prove me wrong, right? I mean, look at Luke Daly. Wouldn't talk about him. Put him up on the shelf until there was something to talk about. Pulled him down. Now we got something to talk about, okay? You guys cannot let me forget it. And actually, if you guys really wanted to club me over the head, I think it would be over the Ashley Buzzard case, not this one. But I digress.
Left at the kitchen window, the kitchen sink. That kitchen sink and window is sort of just overlooking,
it is a pretty
what
guitar.
Would be the flower pots.
I got a blue one.
It's just so frustrating to think that filthy, vile beast deflowered that kitchen, that entrance, that family home.
What the deflower. Ooh, how could she say all this stuff with a straight face? How could she say all this stuff with it? Like, she is really going in the dramatic here. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. This is one of the hardest shows I think I've done in a while. It really is, because I'm trying to keep it together. And okay. So we are now deflowering the flower. Are we positive? Ashley, I'm just saying that your impeccable source is only 50% accurate. So were the pots really deflowered, or was that just for the dramatic? Was that for a click and a view? Come on, Ashley, you can tell your girl bets. Was it just for a click and a view? They deflowered the pots. Was there dirt everywhere? Was there footprints in the dirt everywhere? Did they take the flower pots in to see if they've got DNA?
That he did. My sources say that's where he got his entry. But that's not the only thing that he did. He also took Nancy's beautiful flower pots and he propped open the back gate. The area that you enter the back.
Okay, so now we've got the back gate open with the flower pot. He deflowered the back of the gate. Okay, he deflowered the front of the gate and the back of the gate. Okay. This is probably the most comical show I think Ashley has done in a really long time. I'm surprised people didn't get a laugh out of it before Bullhorn Betty came on the streets here this morning. So we've got a door open in the back gate. I'm still not convinced. I could be. I could be convinced. It depends on if the back gate was locked or if it was just open to anybody, which I have to assume that maybe it was just one of those things. You went and clicked it and just walked right on back. Golly.
Backyard.
Just how did he know this was there? Even from the roads. Did he go, like, I want to know, like, they're talking about January 11th. Did he go in her backyard? Did they get that camera on the roof? Did they see him there? Oh, what did we do? Why did I hear the dingy dings? I didn't hear the dingy dings. Did somebody gifted? Oh, look who it is. Miss Margaret gifted 5 Bullhorn Betty memberships. Thank you, because I'm a love machine. Ow! Who got those? We got Mary. Welcome, Desert Darling. It's official. We got Teresa, Blessed AF, and TQ Smooth. Hello. Welcome to this crazy family we call the Coffee Club, i.e. the Insane Asylum. Grab your straitjacket and your padded room and welcome aboard. You never know what Bob's Burgers is going to spit out next.
If you're looking at her garage.
So now we've got deflowered pots at the back door. We finally found the screen door. We finally found the door that goes into the kitchen on the other side. We found out the pot flops. Flower pots have been deflowered. And the SOB, the evil SOB, even propped open the gate. People think this is staged. People think this is all staged. Do you guys think this is staged? Like, why would they saying this is the entryway? This is the entry. I'm still not convinced. I know it's getting more. I know there's going to be a point when I can no longer say that the entry point might be the sliding glass doors, but I'm holding on to it. I'm not ready to let go just yet.
Garage, the back gate would be to the right of the garage, in between the casita, the guest house, and Nancy's garage. That's how he got in to the back. And he propped open the back gate with, again, Nancy's flower pots.
I'm not understanding why, because I'm looking at this and, I'm here. I'm here, and it looks like this is standing open freely. Like, why would he have to have it open with the flower pot? Unless this wasn't open with the flower pot, just the interior door was open with the flower pot. This is very interesting, but he touched some things around the house. After fiddling with his gun, that's if this is the same assailant. Because again, people are saying that this person could have acted alone and could not have acted alone. We have one, series of people saying there's no way that a single person could have done this. And quite frankly, everything that they're showing me right now is showing me that a single person could have done this, to be honest with you.
With, again, Nancy's flower pots, using them for his evil. What's so fascinating about this is why? Why'd you prop them open? What was the reason that you needed those things to stay open? The back gate and her back kitchen doors, screen door and heavy door. Why did you need them to stay open? Scumbag? What was your plan? What was your sick, twisted fucking plan? Did you know that there was an elderly lady inside all by herself and you knew where her bedroom was? You just
let him have it, Ashley. Let him have it.
Family room and then into the back master bedroom, all the way over on the right side of the house if you're looking from the backyard. Did you know? Had you been looking through her windows, making sure?
I don't think it's anything like that, but it's still this is too comical for me. Do I have to listen to any more of this? Let's go to the professional. Let's go to the professional. I can't take any more. Damn it! I'm here listening. Really? I'm not. I think my ears closed up.
that we now know which of the doors were propped open, and it's just a single entrance. It's not multiple doors in the back.
So I'm glad we do have some clarification, because to be honest with you, I'm thinking something different. So now that we're getting a little, I mean, all satire set aside, let's get serious here. In all reality, now that we kind of have much more information, and what's bothering me is nobody's publicly saying this. Yes, we're getting it from the news, and we're praying to God the news is accurate, but nobody from Pima County, the FBI, is really providing this to the public. And it's a little problematic for me. Like, why are we not getting these things from official sources? I mean, if sources are willing to let this stuff out, then why can't we get this stuff from official sources? Why can't everybody get this stuff? Why does it always have to be backroom deals and behind the scenes squealing of, sources that shouldn't be talking about the case, but do it under anonymity so they can leak case information to their favorite people for profit? Are these people being paid to provide these sources and leads? And if so, I have a problem with that, and everybody else should too. So I'm not sure why this stuff is not coming from official sources, but it should be. But now that we do have some insight on what could have happened, it is putting, now that I've seen everything kind of verbatim and how they are, if this was, I'm still not convinced that this could have been, there may be another purpose for this dynamic. It could also be that one perp came in the back, one perp came through the front. We don't know what the situation is, but this is kind of giving us a little more clarity that we didn't once have, and I am appreciative of that, because it at least explains things that we didn't understand. Like I'm all messed up with the placement of the doors, and now we're finding out even my hands here are wrong. So there is nothing down here. There's one right here, and the other one is right where my arrow is over here. So these are the two doors. The hands going all the way down here is inaccurate, so I'll have to fix that. But the stuff is over here. So there's the door that they're saying that was entered. Here's the door everybody can see. This door does have a screen door on it. We have confirmed it. So we will be making sure that this is all updated now that we have a good understanding and a good direction.
Were propped open. Is any of this sort of surprising to you?
Okay, what happened here?
Yes and no.
Why is Siri up? Close. Cancel. I don't care. Cancel. Good gracious.
Not really knowing why or who propped them open. But it would tell me that if it was the suspect who did it, they probably did it to have a quick avenue of egress to get out if something happened or went kind of against their plan. And just so you don't get lost in the house. They're going in, even houses are small. Sometimes people...
So he's even saying that maybe they got this for an easy escape route. Let's listen to this again.
If it was the suspect who did it...
Hold on.
Sort of surprising to you?
Yes and no. Not really knowing why or who propped them open. But it would tell me that if it was the suspect who did it, they probably did it to have a quick avenue of egress to get...
So they said if they were propped open, people called into the show yesterday and said that they believe it's for a quick out.
Get out if something happened or went kind of against their plan.
Yeah. Mike was one of them.
And just so you don't get lost in the house. They're going in, even houses are small. Sometimes people can get turned around. So there's reasons why it could have been, and a little surprising because it's gonna. I guess at 1 o'clock in the morning, it's not going to show up too much in the neighborhood, but it is the back side of the house. But still, a propped open door is something that you look at and say, that's kind of weird.
Weird, but
not even weird. Like moving the flower pots. Those flower pots could drop, break, shatter, make noise. It's like that is so risky in my opinion, to open a door and have something glass or metal. You know what I'm saying? Like that seems like it would make a lot of noise.
Do you see it a lot, in the investigations that you guys have done over the years? Do you see that a lot?
I personally haven't, no. Usually it's either forced entry, which is no way to cover that up, or the doors are closed and just left unlocked. To see something propped open, kind of like this whole investigation has been, it is definitely a little bit different than traditional things that I've seen.
See, this whole thing is just weird.
In burglaries and any kind of call where someone goes into someone else's house.
I'm also trying to think through the gate, So we know that he made entry through this back open door.
I'm still not convinced that's where the entry was gained. This man was around this house for 41 minutes. I'm not confident about that. And I'm not going to say I am just because a bunch of talking heads are beating us into, there's other reasons why these doors and exits would be open. But I'm not convinced that is the entry into the house. I'm just not convinced of it, folks. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
If you're looking at the back of the house, it's to the left of that little patio sofa. You can't see it because the door is perpendicular to the length of the house. So you can't see it from most of the drone shots in the back, but it's there. And I missed it at first and then found it later. But he made his plan and he went in those doors and he propped them open with the flower pot. And I'm not sure if he propped open the inner kitchen door, but he propped open the outer screen door. But he propped open that gate as well. And I'm gaming that out, trying to think of, so is this, again, what you just mentioned, the quick egress, or is this something that guys will often do?
Quick egress. If most gates, honestly, most people actually lock their gates more than they lock their doors. So to find a gate that was open, and again, I think...
And if it was locked and you can't unlock it from the outside, wouldn't that imply he had to be on the inside to unlock that gate? I'm just saying, I'm not ready to totally convinced that these doors, even though propped open, are the entry. And that's important.
I think we're assuming that he did this because I also say this, it's not that uncommon for folks to prop their gates open. If you're doing something, going in and out a lot, now, maybe not an 84-year-old woman,
right.
A little less probability there, I would guess. But yeah, that's, again, the way just the fencing and walls are in Tucson, it's a little different than just your normal cyclone fence and things like that. So sometimes you can't even find the gate. So it's to see both of them done is, I guess, it makes a little more sense than just see one of them done.
So I'm trying to think like this monster, right? He's got a plan, probably knows who's there, probably knows who he's going in for by this point. The back floodlights have been smashed, probably on another date, probably on the date that he showed up without the gun and the backpack on that front video. And he makes his way into the backyard, knowing he's going to hit one of these back doors. And the Guthrie kids told the police that their mom used to leave several of her back doors unlocked. But it almost feels as though he's planning to bring her out that way. Because if you're propping him open, maybe it's a good quick egress, but it's also a way, I'll bring her out this way as well, so as not to go out the front of the house because, God, what if someone's driving by? Yeah,
possibly. If I were doing it, I would probably go out the front. The backyard with the yard itself, that's easy to get through. But once you get beyond that back wall, you're looking at, just desert area, a lot of rocks, a lot of brush, a lot of cactus, things that are going to make you fall down if you're not familiar with it. It's definitely a much more difficult route to go. And it's not easy to get to a road or a car that might be waiting or any of these things. So whether you're carrying her or whether she's walking with you, definitely much easier route out the front. So,
well, I'm thinking he's got the car at her garage, so he just needs to clear that open gate with her and load her into a vehicle.
Nobody's ever talked about the vehicle that's clearly behind him, and I don't understand why.
Or he's got his car down. And I think I'm going to retract that statement because I don't think he would have brought the car up to the garage seen on the camera. I think he's left his vehicle down by the road, and maybe he's realizing when he's inside, my plan to bring her out the back kitchen door out the back gate that
I
I
don't
propped
think
open?
anybody was thinking about the. Anyways, she's starting to annoy me. So that's kind of where I'm at. It comes down to the back door. We did find the back door. We located the back door. I'm not identifying the stuff she's identifying. I don't think that the plan was ever to take the lady through the backyard. I think that again is just what Mike said when he called in is, this is just an easy and quick escape route. They can't have those doors closed because anything could happen, especially if they're coming in the back door. Like I said, I would have personally went through the sliding glass doors if I was, of course, I'm not a burglar. I'm not going in to take little old ladies out of their bed in the middle of the night, but if I was a gangster and I wanted to go in and get somebody out of their house, I'd be going through sliding glass doors at their bedroom to make sure that they are subdued as quickly as possible. Now, again, 41 minutes around that house. We cannot forget that. This was 41 minutes this person was around this house. So, are we sure nothing is missing from that house? It sure feels like something was taken out of that house. Besides Nancy, of course. It just feels like something else was gone. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree that has to be, and I understand she's trying to explain what she thinks is going on, but it's just starting to get so annoying because, why would somebody prop those doors open? And wouldn't the act of propping them open while you're trying to go in and kidnap somebody, wouldn't that make a lot of noise? Like, I just don't understand the mythology behind somebody going in, opening the gate, sliding something over to prop the gate open, making noise on the... I mean, you got to think at night, every little thing sounds like freaking glass shattering. I just feel like something. I argued with my mom about locking her doors. She said, I have not for years. You kids came and went, so why now, Mom? Us kids are gone with kids. She still would not lock her doors. Wow. Yeah, a lot of people that feel safe. She felt safe in here, but not too many people are going to be targeted like this. This is going to be one of those very rare things that happen in a lifetime, but, you never know when you're going to be in your lifetime, Are you going to be the one that's ultimately taken or targeted? I worry about my safety. I piss a lot of people off doing this job. I show up to criminals' homes. I challenge criminals at what they've done. We expose a lot. We expose even people doing bad acting on these platforms. We expose those. So we get a lot of heat. We get a lot of people that don't like us and would love nothing more than to hurt us. So, I understand the nervousness of being a target. And I take that responsibility, for myself, but my family doesn't. I don't think of the consequences that can happen in my family because of my job. And I think this is real eye-opening, with the families. A lot of us share some outings with our families on our public profiles. This really makes us question whether that is a smart move for us to make as a public, as a content creator, showing those tender moments of, our lives personally. That is concerning this day and age. Who's going to use that to find one of our loved ones to hurt them, to hurt us? That's where our country is going. That's where our mentality is going. That's where, people are planning to do in the future. I mean, we've got a lot of crazy people out there and not a lot of resources. Why was Miss Nancy Guthrie targeted? And I'm going to continue to say the same exact thing. I believe that there is a sexual a component to this if this person acted alone. If this person acted in concert, I still believe somebody put them up to it. Who would that be? I have no idea. We can speculate it's somebody close. But this case has defied logic in so many different ways that it's hard for us to wrap our head around who would have done this to Miss Nancy Guthrie. So that's kind of where we are with this backdoor stuff. Yes, we finally found which backdoor it was. We finally acknowledged that there's a screen door. We've been looking for a screen door. People may think I'm a little loony when I do this stuff, and that's fine. You guys can think that, but I want to see this stuff. I don't take anybody's assessment, assumptions, or anything else. If we don't see it, feel it, or touch it, it doesn't happen. And until that moment that we can see, feel, and touch it, then we will start acting like it exists. Until that point, it's a rumor. And we don't engage in, we engage in rumor, and we engage in speculation, and we engage in theorizing, but we can't take the stuff as fact, which is what we speculate and theorize on. So until we see it, touch it, and feel it, it doesn't exist. So I'm glad we were able to get at least one issue resolved. We do realize we have a door that does have a screen door on it. It does look like that could have explained multiple doors. That's what we're hearing. We're hearing that the gate was left open. Again, I want to remind people he was there for 41 minutes. That means all of these things could have been done after the fact, after he already went into the home. I'm not convinced entry was made by the back of the home. We've got sliding glass doors that we have to explain what happened to those. And those, by the way, are on the front of the house where we did see the assailant. So until somebody tells me no, that there's no possibility of him going through those sliding glass doors, I'm not taking it as this being his entry point. I'm sorry. We see the doors, we see where everything is left open. I think people are agreeing that this was a quick escape route for the assailant, but it doesn't mean that that's how he got into the house. I'm still waiting for the moment when we say, okay, he did go through that door. You know, we're not there yet. We're just not there yet. And I'm not willing to take Ashley Banfield with her 50% impeccable source. Sorry, not sorry. Okay? So we've got to be careful. We got to make sure we're not spreading around misinformation. And we do have a situation where there are pots that they say are opening. Again, I want to remind everybody, these are unnamed sources that are making these statements. But it does sound like, in all fairness, if Brian Enton has the same information, the source is law enforcement. And I think I know who the source of the information actually is. I think I know who their source is. So anyways, that's just hey, Brown Chicken. It's nice to see you, love. I hope you have a great day. So that's really it, folks. That's all I really have for you today. We're learning about flower pots. We're learning about stuff. Just remember, we're not going to accept anything until we see it for ourselves. We were able to clarify things. I'm still not agreeing 100% with the information or how the information was presented. And as you can tell, I'm getting very annoyed with Ashley Banfield. I think we're going to have to find another creator to kind of talk. But now that Brian Enton is back out there, we're going to be taking his stuff and running with his stuff. I like Brian Enton. If anybody knows anything about me, I'm a Brian Enton fan all the way. Blocked me for sticking up for you. She's a disgusting individual, so don't feel bad. She's a disgusting individual. The only thing that lady has is a little bit of money. She doesn't even have a husband that comes home to her. I don't know where he stays, but he doesn't stay with her. So she's already got her karma. Just remember that. You can just have you can just know that ugly. She has an ugly. She's just an ugly person. She's just an ugly person inside and out. She really is. And I wouldn't trust her for a damn thing. Definitely not a life coach. Her life is so fucked up. If she thinks she's got it, I would beg for you to look at her life. Okay, a husband that doesn't want to stay with her, a son that doesn't stay with her, and a big home and a nice Range Rover all to herself. What a wonderful life! And she turns that camera on and acts like her life is so great. I'm just saying, I don't ever try to say my life is so great. My life is a freaking, at times, it's something out of The Shining. I'm very honest with my life. I don't try to be fake. I don't try to be somebody I'm not. And I damn sure don't sit here and try to drag people needlessly for clicks and views. There's a reason why nobody in the true crime genre has anything to do with that woman. She will be drama for the rest of her life. And you know what? As she can see, it's not paying the bills anymore. People are sick and tired of it. So you can be a bully or you can be a kind person, but you can't be a fake person and expect to get too far on these platforms. We can see you a mile away. And if anybody can't see that woman is completely, utterly fake, just fake, I would offer to pay for your spectacles. But spectacles are starting to get a little expensive out here. So you on your own, Cupcake, you on your own, but we can see just fine. I got no problem seeing a person for who they are. So hopefully, you can't change people. She has a right to be here. She has a right to speak the nasty crap she chooses to speak. But if she wonders why nobody wants anything to do with her, it probably has to do with that nasty stuff she speaks. Just saying. That's my perspective. Anyways, rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe, but more importantly, kind to one another. We will talk to you later this afternoon. But until then, you guys have a great day.